I've been tutoring online for over 20 years, and I want to be honest with you. It's not just because the money is great, although it is. It's not just because it's easy, although the lifestyle is incredibly flexible. It's because of 10 specific things that I have never found in any other job. Today, I'm going to count them down, tell you what the perks of being an online tutor are, starting with number 10. And by the time we get to number one, I bet you're going to be Googling how to become an online tutor as well. I'm Daisy Luce, and I help others build a flexible, profitable online tutoring business like me. Let's dive in. Number 10, 3-day weekends, sometimes even four if you want. This sounds small until you've lived it. When you set your own schedule, you can simply choose not to book sessions on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays if you want, or Mondays even. Nobody approves your schedule. Nobody asks why. You just don't take those sessions, and suddenly your whole life opens up. Long weekends become the rule, not the reward. You start to wonder how you ever survived waiting for a holiday Friday like it was a gift from above. I don't wait for a 3-day weekend. I just make one. At the beginning of the school year, when I have a fresh batch of students come in August, I like to um, block off Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. I know other tutors do the exact reverse. They don't work during the week, but then they're heavy on the weekends on Saturdays and Sundays. And then that maybe they have another job or they do something else the other days of the week. For me, I really like that 3-day weekend. Now, as the school year goes on, as I have more and more clients coming in, I do tend to open up Sunday, but as we're going to get to in one of the reasons in a minute, that's going to reset for me. It's not like forever. Okay, number 9, your commute is just walking to your desk. We know this. We know the average American spends hundreds of hours a year commuting. That's equal to days worth. You don't have to do that when you're a tutor, if your office is at home, which typically it is. Number 8, you can wear whatever you want. And let's be honest, this is one of the best parts, and nobody talks about it enough. No dress code, no uncomfortable shoes, no outfit planning the night before, nice top, and yes, I have leggings on. It's always leggings. I like to sit crisscross in my chair sometimes. I just like to be comfortable when I'm sitting here for several hours, and I'm going to be wearing leggings. And that's a huge perk of being an online tutor, I have to say. I know it sounds like a small thing, but a little bit of mental energy adds up and it matters. Okay, number 7, all coffee shops are also my office. I can go anywhere. We just had 3 new coffee shops open up within walking distance from my house. You better believe I've already checked out all of them and scoped them out for where the best seating is for working for myself. I love it. If I'm ever at home during the day and I just need a change of scenery, or I just want to grab a coffee, or I want to meet a friend, that's a whole nother thing. I can pop out, go to a local coffee shop, whatever I'm in the mood for, or a hotel lobby, um, a quiet place in my car. I actually have a one of those remote work offices I'm a part of that's really close to where I live too. That's also in walking distance. So I pop in there sometimes. I just get to mix it up wherever I want to work from. And that's fun. Number 6, part-time hours. If you carry over 20 students a week or you work more than 20 tutoring hours a week, that actually does start to feel like more like full time. And I don't know if it's just because I've gotten so used to working part-time hours that now I'm not used to what full-time feels like, or if it's just actually a lot when you get to that point. I don't know, but for whatever reason, 20 hours is about the cap for me. I know last week I ended up just randomly pushing to 27 hours. That was a lot. I like to stay at 20 or below, and it's part-time hours for full-time pay. I am still making a full paycheck, what would be considered a full paycheck, and definitely more than what I ever made when I was teaching in the classroom. So that's exciting. And then number 5, Oh, I love this one. You can travel and work from the road. See this picture I have back here? So last year, we went to Costa Rica. And while we were in Costa Rica, my family and I, we did a surf school. And that picture just reminds me of the surf school, which is why I have it. But it also reminds me of how flexible my job is, that I can work from anywhere, anytime. I love that about my job. It's not that I want to work full time when I'm on vacation, but I don't have to shut my business down. I don't have to stress out about a student who has an important test coming up and needs to see me. I don't have to stop making money. It's so easy when you're on the road for whatever reason, not necessarily vacation, that's different, but when you're on the road for different things, you can still keep working. And it's a fantastic perk of the job. Coming up in for spring break this year, I'm headed to Mexico with my son, and I'll be working while there internationally. I'm going to do a whole series on international travel and tutoring from the road. But how great is that? We're going on spring break. I've got lots of students and clients that will not have the same spring break since I tutor online and they're from all over the place, but no big deal. I can still keep working. Number 4, summer is yours to design, take a break, redesign, revamp, whatever you want to do. It is a natural break in your job, and you can either take the summer off or you can ramp up and make extra in the summer, no matter which way you go about it. It's just nice having the control of that summer. When I was a teacher, there was one year I stepped out of the classroom and I went into more of the corporate world, and I worked at like a tutoring center that was obviously year round. Oh my gosh. When summer got there and I didn't have my summer reset, I didn't know what to do with myself. It was so hard because I was so used to being a teacher and getting a chance to like regroup and breathe with summer. And tutoring is like that. There's usually a little bit of a lull right after the final exams and everybody gets out, or I just kind of take that time off for a little bit for a few weeks, and then I do have a full program in summer. But there's been other summers we've traveled so much in the summer that I had decided I didn't want to carry a full load. And so I took most of the summer off instead. And every summer's different. You can do that. Going right along with that into number 3, this is a really great perk of the job. Your entire client list refreshes every year. I want you to think about that. This is genuinely underrated, and I don't hear other tutors talk about this enough, but every year your graduating students move on, and that does have a downside because you miss them, you lose those clients, you have to replace them. But it's really liberating at the same time that you don't continue on with, God forbid, but if you've had any type of family drama or business drama or anything, or a difficult family, which hopefully you haven't, they're very few and far between. I rarely ever run into difficulties, but you get this natural reset every year when you have a chance to, your schedule just clears out, and then you get a whole nother group the next year. And you do have some returning clients and you do have some returning siblings if students haven't aged out. But, for the most part, this reset is a really fun part of the job. You get to start with all brand new clients. If you've made any mistakes along the way the first time, they don't follow you into the next round. You can just start fresh. Number 2, you work from home. I put this at number 2 because it sounds obvious, but it's not until you've actually lived it. A lot of you probably have had a chance to work from home, or maybe you're working from home, or you've done it before in a corporate setting, but then you had to go back into the office, and you might already know how great it is to be able to just go throw some laundry in between sessions or between phone calls, or to take the dog on a walk. For me, since I don't have a boss and I don't have anybody I have to answer to, and I'm not tutoring during the day for the most part because kids are in school, I can do whatever I want all day long. And even when I do start working in the evening, if I have an hour that didn't get full, okay, I just go out, hang out with my family. It's so fun. It's so relaxing. And working from home is just a huge perk. And then the number one perk of being an online tutor, or just number one thing I think overall, overarching, is the satisfaction of watching students achieve. And when a student who's been struggling finally gets it, and you're the person there that helped that happen, there's nothing like it. The text that I get from parents, from students, when an SAT score comes in and they've achieved their goals, and this means so many college doors have now been opened to them. That's so exciting. Or when I have a math student, not SAT, just say a math student who thought they were really bad at math. That's what they've been told their whole life. And now they've gone from an F to an A. It changes everything for them. The trajectory that they are now on for life, it doesn't necessarily mean they want to now be a math major or do something in the math field, but their confidence in their abilities as a student overall has completely changed. And I got to be there to see it happen. I got to play a small role in that for them. A few years ago, I was taking my own son on a tour at a local college nearby that he was wanting to attend, a pretty prestigious school that we were excited for him to check out, but you needed a certain SAT score to even get your foot in the door in the application process. And um, while we were there, one of our tour guides was a person I had tutored a few years prior in SAT just so she could get to this school that was her dream school. And there she was as our tour guide. And I knew she had made it, but it was so fun getting to see her in action. She was a tour guide. That was the job she wanted to do at the school because she loved the school so much. She was so happy to be there. She had worked so hard for it. And I got to play a tiny role in that. That is so amazing and such a great perk of the job to have job satisfaction like that. So overall, I've never had another job that hit so many points that were just so positive for me. I just love it. Even if only like 3 of these things on my list resonate with you, online tutoring might be worth a serious look if you're not doing it already. I've got a whole channel here dedicated to exactly how to build this kind of online tutoring business. So start here, check out my other videos, or subscribe and follow below. If you're already a tutor, hang out with me some more as we explore this tutor life together, friend. See you next time.